Hello everyone, welcome to all of you Chauhan Management classes. Today I am discussing a statutory compliance in human resource. This is a part of the human resource management and this is a most important part of the human resource in statutory compliance in HR. Why? This is a part of the government rules. Under study of the government rule. What are government rules? This is a define a government rules in statutory compliance in HR. Suppose that any candidate you are going to face an interview any company, any organization, this field specialization have a degree of the human resource management, then this is just face second round of the you got a second round of the HR interview. This is a most important part of the statutory compliance in HR human resource in field of the human resource management. Now this is a government rules. Now discuss the statutory compliance in human resource. First of all, you have known as the statutory and compliance. What a compliance, what a statutory. Now discuss the statutory. Statutory means enacted by regulation. Also called as the rules and regulation and policy. This means of the statutory. And compliance means agreement. Compliance means agreement. Now you can say statutory compliance is a set of enacted by the rules, policy and regulation which are agreement in any company's agreement in government rules, enacted by government rules in any company, any organization. This is a statutory compliance. Statutory means enacted by rules and regulation. Compliance means agreement. Now discuss the government rules. What are government rules? How many types of the women benefits, wages, social security and Indian industrial relationship. Industrial relationship. This is a part of the government rules. Now first of discuss the women benefits. Firstly, Equal Remuneration Act 1976. Equal Remuneration Act 1976. This is a man and woman. Any organization have make a people and man and woman work. Men and women work in any organization. This is a paid equal remuneration in under Act of the 1976. Second, Maternity Benefits Act 1961. This is a part of the women benefit. Now second, industrial relationship. This is a belong to Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Now discuss the three types under this section 2I under IDA. Industrial Dispute Act 1947 had under discuss the lockout. Section 2I lockout तालाबंदी. Section 2I strike हड़ताल घेराव. Section 2Q under Act of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Layoff. IDA 1947 under Section 2KK define a layoff. Have a shortage of the fuel, raw material and electricity, then lack of the machinery, damage of machinery, then get a layoff. This is a part of the IDA 1947 Section 2KK. Now come to the point of the wages. Third point is the wages. Minimum Wage Act 1948. Minimum Wage Act 1948. Next, Payment of Wage Act 1936 is now currently this is a amendment of Payment Wage Act Amendment Act 2017. This is a amendment of the act. Now next, the Bonus Act. This is just share of the profit of the organization. In particular year. This is a 4 to 8.33%. The Bonus Act Act 1965. The Bonus Act 1965. This is a part of 4 to 8.33%. This is a Amendment Ordinance 2007. 2007 amendment is. Now point discuss the social security. Social security, this is a many parts. Payment of Gratuity Act. Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. 1972. This is a part. Payment of Gratuity Act. This is a part of the long-term service. Long-term service retirement benefit. Long-term service, then get a retirement benefit. This is a minimum 5-year service any organization. Now second, the employee compensation is also known as a workman compensation. The Employee Compensation Amendment Act 1923 and now also known as the Workman Compensation Act 1923. So now Employee Compensation Amendment Act 1923, this is a interest per annum paid the 12%. Now next, Employee Provident Fund EPF, Employee Provident Fund Act 1952. This is a 12%. This is a EPF given a 12%. Employee Provident Fund Act 1952, this given a 12%. Now next, Employee State Insurance Act, ESIC Act 1948, ESIC Act 1948. Now look this 1.75% employee given a his gross salary. Now difference between most important point यहाँ पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Employee Provident Fund EPF Act 1952 12% is also given a basic salary. Also given a basic salary. Employee given a also basic salary. और now ESIC Act given a gross salary. Gross salary. Now look this 1.75% employee is given a gross salary. Is given a gross salary, not basic salary. Basic salary में आपको फंड मिलता है ईपीएफ, एम्प्लॉय प्रोविडेंट फंड आपको बेसिक सैलरी में दिया जाता है, ग्रॉस सैलरी से ईएसआईसी करता है. और 1.75% एम्प्लॉय अपनी ग्रॉस सैलरी से देता है और 4.75% का कंट्रीब्यूशन आपका एम्प्लॉयर रहता है, वो ईएसआईसी को देता है. तो नाउ 1.75% एम्प्लॉय हैज कंट्रीब्यूटेड द his gross salary and 4.75% employer given a ESIC. So now this is a statutory compliance in human resource. Statutory compliance in human resource. Next class I will discuss the statutory provision of health and safety. Statutory provision of health and safety. Next class I will discuss.